may have even noticed it on our addition strategies poster this year. Let's just, there it is. We don't need that though in the middle of the board. Let's shove that over to the side. Okay, let's get to it. Let's do some work with it. Let's say for our first example, we have 124 plus 635. We'll start by rewriting the first number out. I like to space out the numbers so that I can see my place values. So I've got 124. Now I'm ready to write the second number, this second number right here. That second number that I just highlighted, which digit is in the ones place value? That's right, the 5. So we would put it underneath the ones place value in this number, which is under the 4. The 4 is in the ones, the 5 is in the ones, so we're going to put it underneath. Now, we're going to look at which digit in this number is in the tens. Yeah, the 3. And which number was in the tens for this number? It was the 2, in fact. We had 2 tens, so we'll put the 3 tens underneath the 2 tens. Finally, we look at this number and we say which number is in the hundreds place value, and that is the 6. So we're going to put the 6 underneath the hundreds place value in this number, which of course is our 1, because we have 100. So I'll put it underneath. Now we're ready to add. So I put my add symbol here. I put this line which means equal, and I'm ready to add based on the place values. Now, you can do this, you don't have to. If it helps, you can kind of make some lines to kind of show where your place values are, if that helps you. So I can even draw, here's the ones, here's the tens, here's the hundreds. So we're going to add by the place value. So we have 400 plus 500, or sorry, not 400. We have 4, we're in the ones, not hundreds. We have 4 ones plus 5 ones. How many ones do we have altogether? What's 4 plus 5? Yeah, 9. So I'll write 9 here. Oh, that looks hard to see. 9. Then we go to the next place value. And by the way, we always start with the ones. Now we'll go to the next place value, to the tens. 2 tens plus 3 tens. So really 20 plus 30, but we'll look at it as 2 tens plus 3 tens. So what's 2 plus 3? And that is, of course, 5. But really that means 50, but we just put 5 down. Finally, we look at our last place value, our biggest place value, which is our hundreds. We have 100 plus 600. How many hundreds do we have altogether? Yeah, 700s. So our answer would be 759. It worked. Let's look at another example. So in this example, we have 264 plus 135. I'm going to start by writing down my first number. So I'm going to rewrite 264. And again, I like to write it with a little bit of spacing between each digit so that I have room to see my place value. It's a little neater, I find. Then I'm going to look at my second number. I'm going to always start in the ones place value. I'm going to say, okay, this is my ones. Where's my ones in this number? And that's my 4. So I'm going to put the 5 underneath my 4. We have 4 ones and 5 ones. Now we're going to look at our tens. Our tens is our 3. We have 3 tens, so we have 30. How many tens do we have in the red number? Yeah, we have 6. So I'm going to put the 3 underneath the 6. They're staying in the same place value. And finally, I'm going to look at our hundreds. We go from the smallest place value to the biggest place value. And that is, of course, going to be, let's pick orange. I like orange as color. Our 200 in the other number, the red number, and our orange number, it's going to be the 100. So we're going to just put our 1 underneath the 2. Finally, we're ready to add. So we get our add symbol. We're going to put our equal line. 4 plus 5. And again, if you want to, you can draw out lines like this to help you see your ones, your tens, and your hundreds. I'm not going to do that, but a lot of people, including myself, sometimes I like to do it. It does help. So 4 ones plus 5 ones. 4 ones plus 5 ones equals 9 ones altogether. Then we can go to our hundreds. we've got, or sorry, not to our hundreds, we go to our tens. We have 6 tens plus 3 tens. How many tens do we have? 9 tens. Finally, we go to our hundreds. We have 200 plus 100, and that, of course, will be 300. Awesome. You're going to want to pay really close attention here because we're going to do some regrouping with this number. When you have bigger numbers and bigger numbers in each bigger digits in each place value, you're going to notice you're going to have to do some regrouping. So let's look at this. We have 534. I'm going to rewrite that out. My first number. 534, and again, I like to space out my digits so that I have room for my place values. And our other number is 128, so I'm just going to put my 8 under the 4 because they're both in the ones, my 2 under the 3 because they're both in the tens, and my 1 under the 5 because they're both in the hundreds. Now I'm going to put my plus sign in my equal line, and for this example, I'm going to just put our place values in place by drawing the lines so you can kind of see. So we have our ones, we have got our tens, and we've got our hundreds. Let's start. We have 4 plus 8 ones. 4 plus 8 ones. How many ones do we have altogether? Well, we have 12 ones. What? 12 ones? Well, we can't do that, right? We know that we cannot have 2 digits in one place value. So we're going to have to lend some of this number to another place value. Between the 1 and the 2, which is in the ones? Yeah, the 2. So we're always going to keep the digit in the ones, which is the 2. So we'll keep the 2. I'm going to write the 2 here. We're going to keep the 2 in the ones place value. And the 1 here that's in the tens is actually going to hop over, and we're going to say, see you later, buddy. You're going over to the neighbors, and he's going to live over here at the neighbor's house now, or he's going to go for a visit anyways. We can think of this as we have 12, right? We have a 10 and 2 ones, right, if we're thinking about our blocks. Well, we have our 2 ones, so those are the 2 that is staying here, and that tens block, that's going over to the tens. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, a little bit? That'll take some getting used to. Another way to just think of it is the digit on the left is going to the neighbors. Let's look at this now. So now we have 1 plus 3 plus 2, or really 1 10 plus 3 tens plus 2 tens. And how many tens do we have all together? We have 6, that's right, 6 tens. Do we need to give any to the neighbor? No, we only have 1 digit, so that's good. Now we're going to go look at the next place value, the hundreds. We have 500 plus 100. How many hundreds do we have? And that is 600. So our final answer is 662. 662. Do some more regrouping here. So we have 265. I'm going to rewrite that. Really spacing out my place values. 265 plus 489. So I'm going to write my 9 under the 5 because they're both in the ones. My 8 is going under the 6 because they're both in the tens. The 4 is going under the 2 because they're both under the hundreds. We're going to get ready to add. I'm not going to draw the lines this time. However, if that helps you, make sure you do that because, yeah, do whatever you need to do to help you out. So let's look at the ones. We have 5 ones plus 9 ones. How many ones should we have? We have, that's right, 14 ones. However, can we have 2 digits in one place value? No. We know 14 looks like 14 ones blocks, right? Like this, 14 ones block. Or the same way we could draw it with our blocks, base 10 blocks, like this. 4 ones and a 10. So if we have this, how many ones are we going to be keeping? We're going to keep the 4 ones, and we're going to lend this number to our neighbor. So he's going to go over here, and that 1 is going to be borrowed to our neighbor. He's going to go visit the party with the neighbors. Now, so we're going to keep the 4. I'm going to write the 4 here. We're going to keep that permanently. And the 1s is going over, well, the 10 really is going over to the 10s place value. So now we have 1 10, 6 tens, and 8 tens. How many tens do we have altogether? So 1 plus 6 is 7 tens. Now 7 plus 8 tens, how many tens do we have now? 7 plus 8 tens. How many is that? So in our tens place value, we're going to have 15. Because 7 plus 8, or 1 plus 6 plus 8 is 15. Now, again, we're in a scenario where we have 2 digits in one place value. But we can only have 1 digit, so what do we got to do? That's right, we're going to keep the 5, but we're going to lend the 1. He's going to go visit the next door neighbor, have a party. Of course, this is not COVID times, so he can go do that. So we're going to keep the 5, and the 1 is going over to the neighbors. Now we're looking at the hundreds here. We have got 100 plus 200 plus 400. How many hundreds do we have altogether? That's right. 1 plus 2 is 300, and 300 plus 400 is 400, 500, 600, 700. So our final answer is going to be 754. We're going to do one more example. So this last example might look a little trickier because there's only 2 digits here and there's 3 here. How are we going to do that? Well, let's take a look. So we got 32. So I'm going to write that down. 32 plus, let's look at this number, the orange number, 189. So let's start with the right. Always start with the ones. So the 9 is in the ones. Which number is in the ones here? The 2, of course. We have 2 ones, we have 9 ones. So we're going to put the 9 under the 2. Let's look at the tens now, which is the 8 tens. How many tens are here? Where's that place value? Yeah, the 3. So we're going to put the 8 under the 3. Now, we got hundreds, but this doesn't have hundreds. But if it was going to have hundreds, it'd be right here. So we're going to put the 100 right here, because if there was going to be 100, it would go right here. Now we're ready to add. My add symbol, here's my line. Let's do it. 2 ones plus 9 ones. How many ones do we have altogether? We've got 11. We're going to keep the right number. We're going to take this digit, the 1, and we're going to borrow it to the neighbor. He's going over there to party. Now let's look at this place value, and we're going to, of course, this 1 is going to be what's being kept. We got 1 10 plus 3 tens plus 8 tens. So let's do it. 1 10 plus 3 tens. How many tens do we have? 4 tens, that's right. Now 1 10 plus 3 tens is 4 tens. Now 4 tens plus 8 tens. How many tens do we have altogether? And that, of course, is going to be 12. Now, again, we're in the scenario where we have 2 digits, but only 1 digit can be in that place value. So we're going to keep the number on the right, and this is going to go to our hundreds. And really, this is 120, right? Because 10 plus 30 plus 80 is 12 tens, which is the same as 120. So we kept the 2 in the tens. So this is really 100, if that makes sense, because this number is really 120. I don't want to confuse you, though. So we're going to put this 100 with the 100 over here. This number is going to go over here, party. And, whoops. And this 2 is going to stay here put in the tens. So 100 plus 200 is 200. So our answer, final answer, is 221. All right. So take your time. It's going to be a little tricky perhaps at first. Just try your best. Practice. If you need some extra help, maybe ask your parents for some extra help. You can ask Miss Wilson when you guys have your live time to work with her in the next couple days. Maybe ask her if you're having some issues. You can always ask me too. Send me a message if you need a little extra help. But try your best and have fun. I hope you guys have a great week. Today is actually Friday when I'm recording this, Friday after school. So that's why you probably noticed I'm in my Puma Proud shirt and I got my hat on. Because I was outside all day running around. It was a beautiful week though. So we got pretty lucky. So hopefully next week is just as nice for us to be outside, having fun, and same with you guys outside. Hopefully you're having fun with phys ed and being able to be active. All right, well, have a great evening, guys. Or I guess I should say great day. Have a great day of math and just learning overall. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.